Nathan Height out there in the bright green uniform. His touch judges are layered up. It is still a little chilly if you're not running around. We should be able to see Nathan quite easily. And here we go, kicking off. Tom Burton. Well taken by UBC. Turning the corner and finding a gap on the first run. That's outside center, Alistair Marshall. Nicely to deck. UBC looking to move it wide. Biss putting it out. Caden Wilson. Always nice to see a second rower at second receiver. Thunderbirds just looking to get things moving down the far side of the field. Settling into their rhythm. Pod standing off. The Bay's not overcommitting.
Here's the kick by James Biss. Finds grass.
Just see how slippery it is out there.
I'm going to say that part of the field doesn't look like too much fun to play in.
No, well caught by our ball boy on the near side. First clearance kick from Burton. Was able to find touch. We'll have our first line out just in front of our broadcast position.
This will be a good test to see how Callum Arneson does throwing in. He gets a lot of practice in throughout the week, and he's finally getting his shot.
Our dominant line-out jumpers, as we've seen throughout the year. Great option with Wilson. Valdez, who is wearing number 8 today, and in the scrum cap, big Caden Wilson. Caden played a lot of high school basketball, and those are some giant hands on that human being. Mm-hmm. His father was a renowned line-out jumper with the Vancouver Rowing Club for a number of years as well. In the audience today. And speaking of the audience, we've got upwards of 150 people here watching. Nice afternoon out on the Point Grey campus.
Let's just hope the rain holds off for all of them.
Yep. A little bit of medical attention on the far side to one of the Bay's players. Here comes the line-out throw from UBC. Front jumper, Wilson Valdez, nicely taken down. Quickly out to Biss in the backs. Hard running. McMullen up through the centers. Down he goes. Bayes staying out of the ruck. Biss moving it out wide again. Marshall out to the far side. I think that was fullback Ben Beauchamp coming in. Slow ruck ball. Another recycle ball coming back for the Birds. Going to reverse the field. That's gone to ground. Beauchamp's got to find it and scramble up. Bayes are quickly on him. T-Birds have gone backwards 20 meters. And there's the whistle. Penalty to the Bays. I'm going to say not releasing. I'm looking for a signal. Can't see it. But that's typically the case.
Yeah, that's a big penalty for James Bay right now. I think they're going to try to look to the corner. Oh, they're going for points here.
Yeah, early in the game, get the scoreboard ticking over. We're barely 2 minutes into the game. And honestly, the first mistake from the Thunderbirds, and the Bays are going to look to punish it.
Yeah, it's looked like a couple early passes not going to hand, and James Bay is just kind of being a bit more awake getting on top of that ball. So I'm hoping UBC can try to find some hands through their passes and try to make some breaks here.
Never an easy trip to come over from the island and get things going for an afternoon game. So nice to see the Bays that are sharp and on it. Just trying to get a sight of who's doing the kicking over on the far side. I think it's Burton, the fullback. At least it's,
I think you're right, yeah.
Jersey 15. Yep. Right-footed kicker. Low, hard driving kick, and he's pushed it wide. And there's another straight from the touchline clearance. Bays are going to regather at center field. That's Dagunu taking the ball up. First recycle ball for the Bays, pushing it out wide to the far wing. It's 14, Terracini.
Nice double tackle there by Saul Jakes and Ramu.
Alex Jordan, the ball carrier. Thunderbirds may have stolen this ball. I think they got over top of it. They did. Turning this into go-forward ball right away. Bays are scrambling to get back in defense. There's space down here in behind the back three. Moving it out wide. That's a nice McMullen pass. Grubbers through. Trailing winger. Unable to get to it, Adrianos, but that was a nice grubber through from McMullen. And T-Birds are right down, putting pressure on the Bays, who are going to have their first line-out throw about 10 meters out.
Yeah, that was some good scramble play by UBC, just looking to change the point of attack and they've gained about 40 meters of territory there.
Back line out jumper. It's tipped, caught nicely by Jordan, who was coming around big number 5. Bays have retained possession, awkwardly bobbling. Now they're right on their goal line. They've gone to deck. They're going to be able to keep the recycled ball, but it's going to be a scramble kick for clearance. Burton from the back of his in goal and doesn't get any distance. It's going to be T-Bird's line out, 10 meters out.
Yeah, I think Burton thought he wouldn't have much time there, and UBC didn't send any pressure. And so just an unforced error there, and UBC back with the line out about 10 meters out.
Just to keep everybody aware of some new line-out laws. If this is a not straight throw and the opposition hasn't put a jumper in the air, we're going to play on. That was a clean straight throw from Arneson. Big Caden Wilson bringing it down. Bays have got a good counter drive. That maul has broken apart, but it's deck on the deck, and T-Birds can move it to the left. First recycle coming through. Mess at the back of it. Webb's got to get people out of the way. Out to the left, McMullen bobbles. It's knocked forward. That's going to be Bay's ball.
Just an unforced error there. You can see James Bay just flying off that line right now, trying to get some doubles on UBC, and it looked like it paid out well there.
The Bays may not be winning a lot of rugby games right now, but as a tradition, as a club, they've got a wealth of victories and experience under their belt, and certainly Brett Bukaboom and Roger Robinson will be holding them all to high standards. So first scrum of the day, Bays with the put in, just on the far side of center of midfield. We'll see what these scrums look like as we go down.
Yeah, the Bays have their 15 Tom Burton set behind, so they might be looking for a clearance kick here.
Good push from the Bays. Birds going backwards. They've moved it out to the right side. It's a clearance kick. They found touch.
It's a nice relief kick right there. James Bay can kind of just jog up and just reset here.
Almost at center field. T-Birds will want to have a better scrum the next time they get that chance. Early days, still only 6 minutes into the game. T-Bird's line out directly across from the camera position, so you should have a good camera angle as we just get a bit of a zoom in there. And that's down the middle, nicely taken at the front. Big pass, missed one, missed two, picked up off the ground, nice circling around. I think that's Patterson scrambling to pick up the ball. T-Bird's getting organized, going to punch it up with a little bit of a forward pod.
Yeah, I think we're looking for a box kick right here. Just kind of relieve some of this pressure.
Yep. 2 James Bayers back. It's good depth on that kick, and it's going to bounce. This could be anybody's ball. That's Webb. Oh, throws it back inside to nobody. Bays have picked it up. It's their winger 14. That looked like a forward pass. Referees aren't going to call it. Play on. Bays recycling the ball. It's big number 7, Brendan Beck, taking the ball up for the Bays. Stewart to Neuheisen, who punts it hard down the far side of the field. Beauchamp coming across, picks it up cleanly, looks to put his winger out into space.
Here and goes Dimitri.
Dimitri down the far side, runs into touch. A little bit more space, and he might have been able to step around on the far side.
Unlucky. I like that kick option by James Bay there. We only had one guy back on the close side, so that whole far side of the field was wide open.
So again, camera zooming in so you can see the line-out throw on the far side. James Bay tapping it back. It's gone to deck. Number 9's got to scramble to pick it up. Looking for something and someone. He's found his forwards. Lots of open space behind the T-Birds back line on this near side. Bays opt to go down the short side, the far side of the field. Getting their backs organized, pot of forwards waiting for the ball. One of the big second rowers, I think that might have been Wilson taking the ball up. Crosby Stewart down over top of the ball, digging for it. Here comes a box kick. You just see how slow this is setting up. Wide stance. No distance. That's going to land nicely for T-Birds if they can get it. It's gone backwards. Then it was picked up by Callum Arneson. Referee's call is actually knocked forward from the T-Birds. So we'll have a scrum on the far side of the field.
Yeah, and I think there might be a mistake here in James Bay roster. I don't think that's Crosby, Stewart, or 9. So it might be someone on their bench, but I think I can say confidently that that's not Crosby.
All right, we were reading the list off last night, just so you know. We'll have a little look and see what we can find out here. So we'll have to figure out who's at 9 today, because I think you're right. Anyways, we'll just call number 9 for the day.
It's a good scrum there by James Bay, just trying to see what they can do. They're making some good progress.
Here they come, first clean attacking, fake and go, not getting through the centers, held up nicely.
It's a great tackle by James Biss, just slowing down that first phase.
There's the box kick. Beauchamp's got to scramble to get this. It's going to land, and there's the bounce. You can never predict. Right into the Bay's hands. They're down the far side of the field. Slow ball. That's some good defense from the T-Birds on the far side. They've got their defensive line all set up. Bays are bringing it out the backs. That's a step inside from number 12, Tavita Dagnu. Big drive from the Bays. Westhuizen's looking for a gap. He's not going to get through there.
Met with 2 UBC players.
Yeah, Wilson Valdez was one of those 2.
Another good doubles there.
Yep.
James Bay just looking like they're playing a bit flat right now. I'd love to see them get a bit more depth and try to take advantage of some of these open edges.
Down the far side, the Bays go, still making nowhere, not getting past the gain line, really. They haven't crossed the 22. There's some hard running. Again, good tackle from the T-Birds. Slow ball coming out of there.
James
Referee's
Bay
got
with
advantage indicated. Yeah, I think that was just too slow. There's the cross kick from Neuheisen.
And called back.
Yeah, James Biss was able to catch that, but height has taken us all the way back to the far side. Not rolling away is the indication from that signal. The Bays are looking for the corner, or are they going to go for points again? And Burton's looking for the corner. No hesitation, just get another 10 meters. Put the forwards in down there.
There's not too much wind today, but it seems like there's just enough to make a little bit of difference on some kicks. Ben Beauchamp having a bit of trouble with that high ball.
Line out throw from the Bays. They've gone to the back. Stolen by the Birds. Knocked to the ground. That's number 7, Elijah McQueen, coming up with the ball for the Birds. Early game errors playing a big factor in who's got any position on the field right now. There's the box kick. That's found touch, but relieving the pressure. And you're absolutely right, Dakota. The wind is just picking up right now. Blowing from behind the T-Birds. So they may look to take advantage of that. Bay's line out. To the back they go again. Cleanly over top of the line out. That's number 7, Brendan Beck, taking it for the Bays. T-Birds have a nice back line out. Defensively aligned. It's slow ball coming out of that ruck. There's a little pop kick through. T-Birds able to gather it. I think that's Beauchamp with the scrum cap who's come up. T-Birds have got a solid ruck. Looking to hit a pod of forwards. There it is. Stephen Webb to Biss. Biss gets in underneath it, looks for a big clearance kick, and he's got exactly that. 60 meters.
Sorry, that's it's my twin brother Talon.
Well, there you go. I will get the binoculars out. Thank you, Dakota. That's why we hired you. Big time contract for Dakota today. You signed the paperwork, right?
I did,
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good.
They found me early, got me locked in.
Yeah. It's a renewable contract, so you might be back again. Right in front of us, Bays for the line out. Shortened, only 5 in there. They've gone over top, bobbled quickly down. Bays get it out nicely into the centers. It's slippy right there in the middle of the field. Bays are to the T-Bird side of half. Low passing, but Neuheisen's got it deep to the far side. That's Beauchamp with a scrum cap. Low, hard, driving kick. 50-22 is on, but it's bounced infield, forcing the Bays to come back up. That's their winger from the far side. I think that's Craig Mitchell-Harmon. And he's gone into touch, so that's going to end up being a Birds line out on the far side.
That was a beautiful kick by Ben Beauchamp right there. Really taking advantage of the wind at his back. Nice low driver, just try to put James Bay under a bit of pressure there.
There's the T-Birds line out on the far side. They're going up front. Wilson Valdez bobbles it. I think it's been pinched by the Bays. It has. They've got the ruck on the deck. Moving for a forward pod. Double up tackle from the Birds. Squirts out the back. It's anybody's ball. Bays onto it quickly. T-Birds are resetting their defensive line. A lot of space on this near side field behind the Birds, but the Bays are having their own bobbling problems with the ball. It's out the far side. Looking for a support runner to the inside, but was pushed out. I think that was big number 4, Sol Jakes, with the tackle on the far side.
Yeah, we got a UBC line out here just past half. We've been working on a couple plays in training this week, so let's see what they pull out here.
Yeah, they've shortened it up. It's not a full line out. There's only 5 in. Front jumper, Caden Wilson bringing it down to deck. Quickly out to the backs, over top. McMullen with ball in hand. Gets some go-forward yards. The ruck is there. Webb to Biss. There's a nice trail run. That's the winger 11, Dimitri Patterson. And it's lost forward. Actually, it's an intentional. The ball's knocked down by the Bays, so it's going to be a penalty to the Birds. I have to look at a replay to see if it was intentional and cynical, because then we might have a call for a yellow card. Just watching the replay. I think he had 2 hands up. I think it was winger Craig Mitchell-Harmon for the Bays. T-Birds have gone for the kick. They're going to have a line out about 15 meters out. Good attacking position from this line out. Is this going to be a forward drive to Coder, or are we going to see this out into the backs?
I would put money on a driving maul here, but James Bay has had some good maul defense so far today, so I'm excited to see how this one goes.
Caden Wilson in the middle. Nice high jump, easy catch. There's the driving maul. Bays have spun it around, but T-Birds are still driving. It's working in their favor. Now it's gone to deck. They need to get the ball out quickly. Needs to be available, and it is. Wilson Valdez on a bit of an angled run. There's the ruck. They're going to want to straighten this up and not run sideways. Good tackling from the Bays. T-Birds are going backwards, 10 meters now. Slow ball, Caden Wilson thumped. That's number 2, Ezra Vi, with a big tackle from James Bay. Coming back to the near side, just noticing winger Nico Adrianos right in deep. Look for a corner kick coming. No. Trail run. Nice hands from McMullen. That's number 4, Sol Jakes, but that was knocked forward by the Bays. Advantage being played. Whistle's blown. We're coming back for the knock-on. Referee Height indicating that it was an attempted tackle, and that arm motion caused the knock-on, so there's nothing more than just a penalty. Just getting to the right mark on the field as to where it was, and there we go. Should be setting up for a scrum. Great camera angle here. Hopefully we can zoom in tight on that scrum. There it is. Just see the height of the second row for the Thunderbirds there, big Caden Wilson. And they've got to get down low. They want to make sure their shoulders are just above their hips. Driving as a single unit. Ball's going to be put in from the open side of the field. Wilson Valdez has a nice little run if he wants to take it down the near side. Pick and go. No, we're looking at the backs. Out into the centers. Inside pass to a trailing Nico Adrianos.
That was a nice cover tackle by James Bay 9.
Big number 8, Wilson Valdez taking it up again. There's the penalty to the Bays. Holding on to the ball is the call against Wilson Valdez. The Bays are going to get to relieve pressure with a clearance kick.
Yeah, UBC just seems like they're struggling a bit in this 22 right now. just struggling to find points, but great defense by James Bay.
Good clearance kick. I think that was Mitchell Harmon with that clearance kick. The Bays have the line out on the far side of the field. About 20 minutes in, we're almost at the halfway point of the first half. Still no score. Bays with the line out throw. It's gone over the top, right into the hands of number 2, Callum Arneson for T-Birds. Pick and go. No messing around from the Birds. Now the scrum half's there. Jakes. Oh, awkward ball. Hack kick from McMullen, picked up by the Bays. Now they're going to look for a deep kick. Neuheisen, that's blocked. That was Biss on the block. And we're coming back to the no advantage gained. Knock on. From the hands of McMullen. It'll be the Bays put in at this scrum. Just while we've got a break in action, a quick shout out to some of the sponsors for the UBC Thunderbirds Men's Premier Rugby. The Venetian Blind Service Center, JQ Mechanical, Langara Fishing Adventures, the Carson Automotive Group, Hub International, and Olympic Industries. Not to forget the UBC Athletics and Rec. Thanks, everybody. Here are the Bays with a put-in. Scrum right here on the near side of the field. I'd expect Neuheisen to put a foot to this and try to get it down into the far side of the field. There's lots of room back there. And they've gone to the inside center. McMullen with a tackle. Bays moving it quickly out to the far side. Now the kick. Ben Beauchamp reading that all the way. Nicely underneath it. Solid footing. He's going to counterattack. Look inside. Big Bosch run over number 7. Brendan Beck goes backwards from Beauchamp's run. Sets up a nice platform. McMullen looking for touch. And he's kicked it straight out. Unfortunate. It was about a meter too far, so we're going to come all the way back. It'll be a line out for the Bays on the near side. On the 10-meter line. Ezra Vai for the Bays with the ball in hand on the near side. 5-man line out for the Bays. They're going to go towards the front. And stolen nicely by Caden Wilson, who's still got the ball. He's going to go for a rambling run. Nicely rucked down. There's the Bay Birds taking it up. First pod. Biss to Webb to Biss. There's Adrianos coming in. McMullen. That's outside center. That's McMullen. That's Beauchamp with it down the far side. Slow ball coming. Birds still have it. Messy ruck in there. And the penalty again. Holding on is the call. T-Birds not releasing. Bay defender on his feet with the rights to the ball. Didier Bance will be frustrated. I think that's the 3rd or 4th call on that the Birds have been dinged for today.
Nice banana kick there. Gets about 5 meters past halfway.
Nice line-out battle going on today. We've had some overthrows and some stolen balls. Both teams opting for short lineouts. Now we've got a full lineout from the Bays. And it's stolen again by the T-Birds. Knocked to the ground. And there's a little knock-on in the tackle. Unlucky. That was Elijah McQueen trying to fend off one of the Bays tacklers. And I think the Bays got his head onto the ball and knocked it free. Back to scrum time. Neither team really having any advantage in the last 10 minutes of play. We've been bouncing back and forth between the 22s.
Got James Bay's backs all on one side. UBC to match. Curious if they'll look to even try to take a chance at that blind side there.
8-man pick. That was my dream play back in the day. Good shove from the Bays, but the counter coming in from the T-Birds. Referee's blown it up. Not sure what happened. Clearly the referee's not happy with it. And he's out there explaining to the front rows. We're going to do it again. I didn't see a penalty called. He's just going to have it all be reset. It's just what the forwards like, eh?
Yeah, I mean, as a back, I know absolutely nothing that goes on in there. I just hope that my team gets me clean ball.
Well, that's what both teams are looking for. Good, stable part of the pitch. Should be good fitting for the boys. Just see what they can get into. All those second rows and back rows down on their knees to try to get their binding and weights and alignments. Crouch, bind, and set is the call. Here's the feed. Nice stable platform. Bay's not getting a shove. There it is. It's going sideways. Birds have got the drive. Birds are going to get the penalty. Huge momentum shift there from the T-Birds.
Yeah, that looked like a big second push from UBC there, just trying to cause some havoc, and they get rewarded for it this time.
Absolutely. That's a good feeling for a forward pack when you can turn and get a good second shove.
See if Talon can take advantage of some of this wind, get a big pickup.
He's gone for 30 meters and he's got it. There they are. Far side of the field, T-Birds are going to be able to make a call, walk up to the line, see if they can win one of these lineouts. Arneson's throws have been good. We just need some good hands in the middle to catch. There we go, far side of the field, short lineout again. Caden Wilson at the front, clean hands. Down to Webb, out to Biss. There's McMullen crashing through, still on his feet. 3 tacklers and he's down. And there's the penalty. Off, not rolling away is the call against the Bays. T-Birds just slow it down. McMullen's, no, we're going to go for touch. I want another line-out win, and we want a back play. Could have had a shot at goal. He's got the win behind him. Could have put 3 points on the board, and I think he's backing his forwards.
Yeah, I also think just that area of the field doesn't look too great to be kicking from, so unless the ref lets him move it, I think that was a smart decision to go for the corner.
So it looks like a full line out now. Expect the driving maul from the Birds. Expect the ball going to Caden Wilson at the front or Wilson Valdez. More towards the middle. Caden Wilson with a nice, easy catch. The drive is on, and the drive is there for the Birds. Can they get it over? There it is. Textbook stuff. Rewards for the forwards after some good kicking and some good play at center field. T-Birds put 5 points on the board. Just see if we get a replay from our camera crews here who are working hard. Just see the Birds walking and talking as they get back for conversion time.
Yeah, and that's it's a big reward for the forwards. You know, they changed it around, got the scrum penalty, won the line out, and then got another line out, and then try was all theirs.
So here we go on the replay. Just seeing the tail end of the drive here. The referee, Nathan Height, right on the far side, they're able to see that the ball was grounded across the line. So this is going to be a slightly more difficult than average conversion kick coming from your brother here. He's going to step up with the right foot. We've seen him do this a few dozen times this season. See if he's got the distance. That's likely the case. It's going to be about accuracy in the wind. Imposing figure of Brent Bukaboom just behind Talon as he steps into it. Lots of distance and just pushed it. No, it's straight through. Another 2 points on the board. Birds up 7-0. 28 minutes gone.
And this is an important time for the Bays now. The last thing they can do is let off their pressure.
May seem dark on the video. The clouds have gathered above us, but it's still not raining. The wind is there. You can just see it on the assistant referee's flags. Restart kick. Low, hard driving kick. Nicely taken by the Thunderbirds on the far side.
That's Dimitri Patterson there. UBC just looking set a bit of a platform, maybe look for a bit of an exit here.
Yeah, they're going to have to be clinical with these rucks. We know the Bays are going to keep bodies out. There need to be some nice passing. Here comes a box kick. You can just see them stretching out that ruck so that the scrum half can step back and thump it. Great kick. It's going to bounce, which is not what the Bays wanted. There's their number 9 taking it. He's in the muck. He's escaped 2 tacklers, not escaping the third tackle. but he's in the heart of his forward, so the ruck is won by the Bays. Good tackle from the defending Thunderbirds, who drive it back a few meters. Expect a clearing. Here's the move for the box kick. You just see their 9 stepping back, thumping it. Nicely taken in the air. Was he tackled before he hit the ground? Advantage being played. Maybe advantage being played. Don't think so anymore. Birds with the ball. Biss and Webb orchestrating things out there. There's a pod of forwards. Big Caden Wilson driving over top of that ruck. Turning it around, going the other way.
Here's Alistair Marshall to Kinghorn.
Down the far side, looks inside, and it's gone to deck. Counterattack coming from the Bays. That's their number 9, finding one of their forwards. Back up to midfield. They've got the ruck. T-Birds have reorganized the defensive line.
Mostyn Finley with a good carry there, stays on his feet.
Yeah, and then it knocks forward out of the tackle right in front of us. Just squirted through.
May not look it, but I think that ball is definitely a bit wet. You know, we've had a pretty rainy week here at UBC, and it definitely hasn't dried up.
Yeah, we've still got some puddles around the field just down in front of us, in fact. So here we have 31, almost 31 minutes gone in the first half. Another of these scrums right down in front of us. Good, stable piece of grass right there for the boys to get the cleats stuck into. Just see how that hooker has to get the positioning just right. Latches onto his 2 props. Second row is bind in. Then the back row comes on. Stephen Webb with the ball in hand. He's going to be able to feed the ball basically into his second row's feet. Recent change in law. I know you old veteran rugby players out there aren't happy about that. Cleanly won back to the Birds. Good push coming from the Bays. T-Birds move it out quickly. Big wide miss pass, loop around. McMullen finds the gap. Oh, great tackle coming through, but it wasn't a tackle. Nico Adrianos just runs straight through that tackle. Then the ball gets bobbled on the far side of the field and goes into touch. Great stability staying on his feet from Nico.
Yeah, that was an excellent read by the James Bay winger there, just shooting on Nico, but shout out to him for staying on his feet. I bet he wish he, that last pass went to hand, but, UBC's got some good opportunities here. They just got to try to capitalize on them.
They're certainly moving down the field. The referee's actually bringing it back inside for the knock-on, back infield for the knock-on. It's going to be the Bays put in. They've got an option down the far side for an 8-man pick. We haven't seen either team going with an 8-man pick, but maybe now's the time. T-Birds just orchestrating their defense to get all lined up and organized. Now the forwards are going to look to put on the big push.
Yeah, James Bay's backs here. The blind wing 10 and 12 are looking pretty flat, so any 3 of them could be an option here.
Yeah, and that's, I think that's a call from the referee. Looked like James Bay's forwards went to their knees. A little bit understandable in these conditions. And the T-Birds have the penalty. Here comes the McMullen punt. Gentle as it goes, straight into touch. Now they've got one of those attacking lineouts. The last time we saw them down here, they got a try. Quick double whistle from the referee usually means we're stopping play for something. I think he's going to have a talk with the referees. We're just waiting for the ball to come back into play. Lots of time for the T-Birds to talk about the lineout call, so there shouldn't be any miscommunication on that. The referee is having a conversation with Wilson Valdez. See the T-Birds walking up to the lineout. Nathan Height's just going to have a conversation with the Bays as well. May have to do with the lineouts. T-Birds hang back a bit and then walk up to initiate their sequence for the lineouts. Actually at a bit of a loss as to what's going on here. It's an awful long conversation.
I think it was James Bay's number 1 was just down there getting some medical treatment. He's back on his feet, and I think we're about to resume play here.
There we go. Okay. Line out far side. Arneson with the throw in. Watch for big Caden Wilson to get up in the air. Wilson Valdez goes up. There's the driving maul. Have the T-Birds got it for him nicely? And they have broken away. That's from 10 meters out. There's the try given. They developed a really solid platform, and then the mall split apart. But T-Birds had the drive still going for the little pod that had the ball, and they were able to get it down and across the line. Another well-worked try. You'll just see the end of it here. The Bays are able to split apart, and there goes that small pod, driving hard and down over the line. Some real excitement there.
I think that might have been Callum Arneson there.
Yeah, Stephen Webb definitely excited to see his forwards getting some rewards for all their hard work. So 34 minutes gone in the first half. T-Birds now lead 12-0. A little bit of momentum going their way. This convert would add that extra little bit, have them feeling good for the last couple of minutes of play here in the first period.
Yeah, it looks like he's basically in the same spot as the last kick, so see if he can go 2 for 2 from there.
Probably close to a 30-meter kick given the angle, just inside the far touchline by 5 meters or so. Ball's up on that little orange cone, a little bit of commentary from behind him. Steps through with a good kick. He's got the distance, and he's done it again. There we go. A reliable right foot from McMullen on the far side. T-Birds now lead 14-0. Closing in on 35 minutes played in the first half. Just see a few of the players blowing into their hands. It's definitely chilly out there. Bit of a stop-start game, so they're looking to keep warm and keep moving.
Alistair Marshall to Talon. Talon with a big clearance kick.
He
there.
got all of that.
James Bay might look to go quick.
And they have quickly in.
Met with about 6 UBC players.
Burton, another kick that's not gone where they want it to. Beauchamp unable to get to it, and he's going to get penalized for tackling a guy without the ball? No, he's not.
And there's
Play
a
on.
kick by Raumu.
Not what the coaches want to see is number 8's kicking the ball. There's the Bay's number 9 looking to get this into touch. He hasn't. McMullen's got an option. There's nobody down there. He's got support runners into the wing. Still got support runners. There's the chip and chase from Nico Adrianos. He's not going to get there, and it's kicked all the way dead by the number 8.
So that's a 5-meter scrum for UBC there.
And that's a change in the laws. No, that's not a change in the laws, actually. He was still infield when he kicked that all the way through in goal. So as the Bays made the ball dead, as we say in rugby, it's going to be a put in 5 meters out right here on the near side. Great camera angle to be able to zoom in on this. See Arneson planting his right foot to get set.
And, you know, I think that was the right decision by Cody there. I think he was the only James Bay player back there with about 3 UBC guys chasing him. So never a fun position, never a win, but, you know, he did what he could.
And it is. It's the right move to give your team a chance to play good defense. Get your set platform from the defensive scrum and see what you can do. He didn't make the situation worse, that's for sure. Thunderbirds out into the centers. It's McMullen sliding through a gap, down to the deck. Birds are quickly there over top of it. Slow ball coming, but there's a nice driving pod. Birds are going to need to be there in support. Pinched by the Bays, but no.
I think Nat just called a knock on there.
Yeah.
Looks like we got a bit of a mist coming down now, so that might start to play a little bit into some handling.
A few fans are moving up inside, so I think you're absolutely right on that call. Bring it back away from the muck. I think Nate's just giving the forward some nice grass to use, which is always a nice move. Doesn't really matter which post you're standing in front of. So here we go.
Looks like UBC are set up to attack both ways.
Options left, options right. Biss and Webb, a little communication. Dangerous backs on both sides of the field. Wilson Valdez could be picking up and going to his right. Here we go. Looking for forward support. Great tackle from is that Cody, number 9? No, it's the flanker. Tom Richardson with a nice tackle. T-Birds still have the ball. They're driving. They're going to get him over the line. They do, but is it held up? There's no call from the ref, so it's not over the line. Squirts loose. That's Biss. James Biss randomly finds the ball in his hand, and he does what he's supposed to do, gets himself across the line and dots down for another 5 points. Now James is coming back off a bit of an ankle injury from earlier in the year, so it's nice to see him looking healthy. It's either ankle or a knee. .38 minutes played. T-Birds up 19-0. Convert to come from Mr. McMullen.
Yeah, there should be at least one more play after this kick, so
yep.
Not quite halftime.
Talon can certainly maximally use all 60 seconds, milk this clock, but I think we will definitely see another restart. Great camera angle right behind. Just see Talon going through his routine. It's the same for every kick. Body position, steps. Strokes it straight through. Another 2 points on the board, 21-0. And the clock on your screen has been basically straight running. We've only had a couple of very short stoppages, so I don't expect the referee will have much more time on his wristwatch either. Tom Burton, number 15 for the Bays, stepping up for the restart. He's looking down the far side of the field. Goes deeper, a little bit more towards the middle. Right to McMullen, who's just going to put it into touch, which will take us into half. Dakota, your thoughts on that first half?
Yeah, I think James Bay came out very hot. I think they were taking advantage of their kicking and putting UBC under pressure. UBC, I think their counterattack was very well there. And obviously you got to give a hand to our forwards. They took advantage of the half and they got 2 maul tries there.
Yeah, those lineouts are some very clean lineout wins. The players and referees have intelligently decided we're not going to spend more time on the break. We're going to get started with the second half.
Yeah, it looked like there's been a couple substitutions on both sides.
So we will work our way through figuring that out, and hopefully Dakota can help us with all the names. But your brother's at center field for the restart kick, and we're off.
Yeah, for UBC, I think it was just a straight swap of Caden Wilson and Sandon Gupta.
Looked like it was a knock forward from the Bays, but we're playing on. I think it may have come off his leg. So here we are, the Bays with a recycled ball just outside their 22. Look for a clearance box kick to come out of this. They're number 9, the mystery man of the game. Ben Beauchamp not taking that, but he gets it off the bounce. Now he's got to find his footing, spins out of the first tackle, gets his legs underneath him, gets a nice drive going. That's helpful. Webb finds a trailing pod of forwards, not making the gain line, but they've still got possession. Now he's going to go down the blind side. McMullen half through a gap, feeds it outside.
Some good hands there. There's Nico Adrianos with the carry, coming back to the flow side here.
Wilson Valdez tried to hit a short trailer, but it's been knocked forward.
Unlucky there. Yeah, you can just see James Bay as really identifying that lead carrier, putting some pressure on him, and just a slight bobble on that tip pass there.
Yeah, if you go back to the well to once too many times, they know exactly what's coming. So, and the veteran presence on that Bays defensive line, they're going to see that and read that, and your forward play is going to go nowhere quickly. So T-Birds are going to have to mix it up. As you get back to the nice camera angle here, you see UBC leading 21-0 over the Bears from the James Bay Athletic Association. Put in from the Bays number 9 on the far side in white. Straight into the second row's feet as you see the ball go in. Good stable platform for the Bays. Here we go. Let's see what the backs have. A little stutter step from Neuheisen. Half through the break, taken down by the Birds. Here comes the recycled ball out to their trailing number 8, Cody Nahanla. Bays still with Paul, still with ball in hand. T-Bird staying out of that ruck. Here comes the kick from Burton. Up and under.
Beauchamp under that.
Nicely under. There's lots of space out wide for him, and he sees it and he punts it. Doesn't get the distance he wants. Here comes another counter. Back over to the near side.
Here's Dimitri Patterson.
Yeah, he's got some running space. Is he going to back himself? Heads back towards the forwards. He's upright. Now he gets to deck. The Bays have got to get out of the way.
There's lots of space wide if UBC can move it.
Yeah, and there's a space down where the fullback normally stands. There's lots of room. Bays are all up flat. Biss has a look, goes out deep. There's McMullen with a gentle nudge chip to the far wing, not making it to hand.
Unlucky there.
Reminiscent of several of the plays from the Irish backline and the Welsh backline this morning. So we're looking at a scrum, far side of the field. Bays will have the put in. Just see how communication is happening in the middle there. Nate's having a chat with both front rows. Lots of communication. One of the facets of the game. Back in my day, you were simply told what to do by the referee. There was no discussion. Happy to see Nate having a good job out there, having a good day, good run. Been nothing after the whistle today. Here we are with the Bays with a nice put in. Stable platform. Birds are trying to get that second shove on, and there it comes. Up, they're coming hard. Neuheisen with a kick, but the referee's whistle's gone. We're going to come back. Just going to go have a chat with the assistant referee on the far side, Mike Landiak, who may have spotted something. There's the discussion. Nate's had a quick word. He's coming back onto the field to play. Bays are jogging backwards 10, it looks like. I'm going to think it was an early break or hands in. All players in that scrum have to stay bound until the ball comes out. And so if one of the Bays back rowers broke off early, that could have been the penalty. I also might have seen there's the hands in call. So one of the Bays players reached down to use his hand to keep the ball in that scrum. And that's a no-no.
Great kick there by Talon. Picked up about 35 meters there. And UBC are back exactly where they want to be.
The line out, 22 meters out, far side. Still got some big jumpers in that front pod. Wilson Valdez probably the likely option now. Nope. Yep, tap down. And not straight is the call. Because James Bay had jumpers in the air, the not straight matters. And James Bay have opted for the scrum. Just outside their 22. They won't have the option for a clearance kick if they win the ball in the scrum and pass it back to their standoff or fullback. So they're going to look to possibly go with an 8-man pick, or Neuheisen will take it up hard from his number 10 position. Pace of play has slowed down a little bit here as they try to get their legs underneath them for the second half. Played just over 5 minutes. Just watch open side flanker Elijah McQueen for the T-Birds, see if he's able to get a good break off that scrum and cause some pressure. Here he comes, a little slow off the gates. It was Biss and Webb that were putting the pressure. Here's Beauchamp on the near side, clean take, chip and go. No, he's going to counter with a run. Back towards his centers in the middle of field. Did they get there in time? No, they did not. At number 6, number 4, Josh Wilson timed it nicely, was able to get over top of Beauchamp as he went to deck. Watch it right here. Did have his hands over top and he was off his feet. Nicely called. Talon. Dakota, you caught that nicely. So the defending player needs to maintain body weight. And what you saw there, if you saw on the replay, Josh Wilson was over top, put 2 hands on the ground, then went to pick the ball. So we shouldn't have seen that call, but we do, and it happens, and the boys aren't arguing. Line out near side of the field. Here's Ezra Vibe with the throw. Big jump, but it was knocked actually by Wilson Valdez. And it was a knock from the Bays, so it's going to be a T-Birds put in at the scrum. Nice little bit of work for the boosters and jumpers at the front of that line out. Coaches are always happy to see a stolen ball at the line out like that.
Yeah, you might have heard James Biss there call a Chief Sprite. That means it's going to be out of the scrum to Talon, and we're going to look to box kick off that. Just try to relieve some of the pressure here in our end.
Nice solid platform needed for this to work. There's the feed. Oh, big push from the Bays. And they've stolen that ball. Delayed pass out into the centers. 13 out. That looked like it was forward. Great tackle from Beauchamp. Come up. I'm going to give credit to Beauchamp. That tackle forced that forward pass, and the ball went straight into touch, even though the Bays are going to have the line out on the far side. There's the... Yeah, Beauchamp didn't get all of it, but just enough of it.
And, it'll be UBC ball here. So, yeah, they'll probably look to exit here. James Bay, great job there, just reacting to the ball, trying to look for that space wide there.
Yep. And that was a huge push they had on. Again, T-Birds are going to have to get their act together. It's only 21-0. Bays can come up with a couple of quick tries. There's the front line-out jumper. Wilson Valdez, and tackled in the air is the immediate penalty call. Fortunately, Wilson Valdez gets up and isn't injured. You're not allowed to tackle a man who's in the air. And at the line-out jump, the jumpers can only jump for the ball. They can't jump for each other. You can't interfere, grab arms, or grab legs. There's the clearance kick from McMullen. Gets the 25 meters, works downfield. You'll have the great camera angle for this line-out call.
Yeah, it looks like James Bay has subbed in Deshaun Bowen on the wing. Nice little speedster there. Let's see what kind of impact he can make.
So Deshaun's playing on the far wing. Birds come down with the ball quickly into the centers, paw to forwards. Gupta's over top of it. Now we're going to go back down the right-hand side of the field. Biss getting it out wide. T-Birds over top of that ruck, still maintaining possession. They're now into the Bays half of the field. There's Gupta taking it up. Biss getting it out wide again. Good defensive tackling coming up from the Bays. There's the counter going down the far side. T-Birds not making much forward momentum here. They're recycling the ball, looking for a crack in the defense. Bays are tackling hard. They're coming up. Talon might be asking the ball for a kick, but he's not going to get it because the penalty's awarded. Bays off their feet at the breakdown.
That was some great defensive aggression by James Bay there. You just see UBC's trying to execute their set piece, and they weren't going anywhere, so big shout out to James Bay. Yeah,
that pressure defense can squash an offense real quick. And that is the goal of a pressure defense, as we see another change coming on for the Bays. A couple more bodies coming on. Just look to see if we can get some numbers here. The red scrum cap, number 18. And number 19 are both on. So that'll be Andrew Montgrand and Asfi Syed coming on, 18 and 19. Not sure who left. They've whipped their jerseys off and got jackets on pretty quick. Actually, I can see number 4 on the far side. So Josh Wilson put in a good stint today. Here come the Birds, attacking through the center field. McMullen up to the middle. Ball's bobbled forward and knocked forward. And it is drizzling out here, folks. You won't be able to see that on the screen, but everybody in the grandstands has got umbrellas on. Just watch McMullen gets it into his hands nicely, and just as he goes through, he's tackled, and it squirts out backwards and then is knocked forward. Great camera angle here. See the T-Birds players in the background staying warm. Again, it's quite chilly. Didier is going to have a chance to put in 3 or 4 bodies when this score clock gets a little bit further down the line. Make some front row subs, maybe some back row subs.
Yeah, this is a great attacking platform for James Bay here. They can go left, right. That forces our fullback to sit right in the middle of the field, opening up some spots for some kicks. Yeah,
you can't see it on the screen, but Ben Beauchamp is back well inside his 22. He's probably only about 15 meters out from his touchline. Neuheisen's got a big boot on him, and he's put some big kicks in today. So Ben has to hang back. The T-Birds, you can just see on the right edge of your screen, 11 and 13 are lined up on center field. They need to stay 5 meters behind Wilson Valdez's last foot. The near side touch judge is just off screen, but he's keeping everything lined up. Height with a call in the middle of the field. Valdez gets his second rows dug in, digs his cleats in. There's the ball in. Big push from the Birds. Almost stolen it. They're going to get the penalty. There it is. Both forward packs, when they're not paying attention, are getting pummeled by the other side. A real battle in the forwards.
Yeah, that might have been a big welcome to the game to those James Bay subs. And
yeah, the second row. That's a brand new second row in there, and they didn't get the right positioning.
It looks like Talon wants to go for points here.
Straight up the middle of the field, 40 meters out. The wind has died down a little bit right now. Could flare up any minute, so expect to see him go through his routine. He's got 60 seconds from the moment he indicates to the referee that he's going to kick for goal. So he's got about another 30 seconds, and it's usually not a problem, but the stalling tactics of many years gone by are out the window, and the speed of play overall in rugby has been increased with numerous law changes. Good opportunity for you to see the routine that McMullen goes through. You'll see him look up and down twice. That's the second time. Now he stands up, steps back. Hits it well, low, hard driving kick. It's got the distance, and it didn't have the distance. In fact, just under the crossbar. James Bay dot it down inside their in goal and come out to the 22 for a 22-meter dropout. Burton looking at his options. He's going to come down the near side. A gentle, slight nudge. See if he find a hole there. That's number 7 for the Birds, Elijah McQueen over top of the ball.
Here's Dimitri Patterson. 9 quickly onto the ball.
I think the Bays got over top of that, and they've won that. Let's try to get a number. Was that Cody? I think that was Cody. So penalty awarded to the Bays. Burton's going to look to get some clearance. He's aiming to put it down inside the 22. Has not found touch. Kept in by Biss. It's Beauchamp with the ball in hand. There's his clearance kick. Burton, that's the winger, Craig Mitchell-Harmon.
Nice little give and go there.
Yeah, Tavita Dagnow in the middle. Dagunu, sorry. And unlucky, it's been knocked forward. Doesn't appear to be raining anymore, but very greasy and slick out there. You can certainly see on certain parts of the field the brown and the mud coming through. Of course, these fields out at UBC get heavily used, not only by the UBC men's and women's rugby teams, but by the local clubs when we have their PRCs. So first scrum of this, first or second scrum? No, not. Sorry, I'll retract that comment. Big scrum opportunity for the Birds. Biss and Webb have sorted this out. Blindside winger standing directly behind the scrum, just off your screen. Be Nico Adrianos expecting. They're going to go blindside. And a huge push from the Bays, and they got it around before Wilson Valdez could get the ball out of the back of the scrum. So they've won the penalty, and they're going to look for touch, I would imagine, down that far sideline. Or it's a tap and go. No, Burton's going to step up. No, actually, that's winger Craig Mitchell-Harmon, number 11. Right-footed kick. He'll be happy with that distance, but probably wanted another 10 meters, I think. Just a little bit of a replay. You can see the push that the Bays got in, and the whole thing spun around. Nate Height had already given the indication there. It's a line out down the far side as we come back to live action.
Yeah, this is exactly where James Bay wants to be right now.
New boosters, new jumpers, and it's stolen by the Birds. Can they win the ruck? No, they play on. Still T-Birds ball. I think that was Gupta that took it forward. Webb getting things organized at the back. Number 9, he's going to go for a box kick. There it is. Right down the far sideline. Great kick. Actually knocked infield. Birds have it. Away they go down the far side.
There's James Biss. Just trying to look to get the ball out. Keep this momentum
Pick
going.
and go. That's number 1, Cone Buckingham with a big drive. Birds ball. Another pick and drive. Still Birds ball. 2-3 meters out. Still driving. There's Gupta getting in behind. Now Biss has got it. There's Webb and Biss. McMullen going wide. Oh, knocked forward. Dimitri Patterson.
Luckily, they were playing with an advantage, so it gets brought back right almost in front of the goal line.
Exactly. So there goes Nate Height running all the way back across. Now he gives the indication offside. T-Birds tap and go. Are they in quickly? Who was that?
That would be Talon. Great heads-up play there. Really just trying to get the ball back to the mark quickly. You could see James Bay were just kind of walking back, and Talon was like, I'll take the try, thank you.
Yeah. All he has to do is be in front of the referee, tap and go. Caught the Bays napping. It's what every coach loves to see. Game awareness from a player. Critical. We'll certainly give kudos to both McMullen boys over the past couple of years of watching you play out here. Your game awareness allows you to impact the game in a positive way. So well done to the Birds. Scoreboard reads 26-0 with the convert to come. Approaching the 60-minute mark. Birds have got to be feeling good about how things are going here.
I think this might be close to the time where UBC might be making some substitutions, getting some guys off their legs, getting some of our young boys some game time.
Certainly wouldn't call it in the bag, but I agree with you. That convert has gone up and in. 4 for 5 today, I believe. And the Birds are out to a 28-0 lead. Looking to receive the kickoff from center half. Mitchell Harmon with the kick.
Not looking like the ball is bouncing too much, so.
Yeah. Awkward kick. Nice stutter step. Is that Marshall with the ball in hand? Not sure. There we go. Box kick coming. Just see the near side winger stepping back. Webb getting himself organized. Stutter in the kick. Nice depth and weight. Biss unable to grab it.
Well taken there by James Bay's 9.
Absolutely. They've got the ball. Gupta getting in under that tackle. Bay still able to drive a few meters. Pick and go. I think that's number 12, Tavita Degunu. Cody out in the centers, finds Neuheisen, trying to slide through a gap. There's Mitchell Harmon with speed and pace. Kicks through. Is the far side winger going to get there? Bowen. Deshaun Bowen.
That's just the speed that he adds to the game. He just needs one lucky bounce. Well, I shouldn't say lucky. He needs one bounce to go his way, and, that's all it takes for him to get in the try zone.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but we've seen him suit up for the 7s, so we know he's got speed.
He does.
And he did. He had space down the wing, and it was a nicely weighted kick from Mitchell Harmon. Just watch on the replay. No, I don't think we're going to get that replay. But for the first time today, we see Mitchell Harmon with a chance for a convert as the Bays have their first points on the board.
We've gotten a few of those.
Is he in the back corner? Apparently the screen's not working. So there's the convert kick. Awkward to get it from the far side. Do apologize, folks, if you're actually watching this on replay or a recording. We're understanding there's some technical difficulties, so We will, Dakota and I will keep broadcasting, but we may not be broadcasting to anybody. Hopefully you're out there watching us somewhere in the world. Thunderbirds back to center. Going to restart the game as they have the 28-5 lead. Just under 18 minutes to go in the second half.
Short contestable kick there by Talon.
Yeah, gorgeous restart.
Looks like UBC's ended up with it.
And they have. Coaches love those restarts, and players do too.
James Bay flying off the line.
And offside is going to be the call, or a high tackle. A little bit of discussion. At arm's length pace. There we go. Back you go. And I think there was an offside call. And might have been a bit of a high tackle as well. That was Ezra Vi coming in, number 2 for the Bays. Just think our referee Nate Heitz having a quick conversation with Mike Landiak, the assistant referee on the far side. And it is a high tackle, but nothing more, not a yellow card. Talon with ball in hand, looking for a bit more distance. And it's line-out time for the T-Birds.
That's a great kick there by Talon. Looking like they're about 6-7 meters away from the try line. And let's see if UBC forwards can get another one down.
Just see them slowly walking up as a group. They've made their call. A few key boosters are going to get there first at the front of the line, out at the back. Everybody else has got position. Watch them quickly move. Wilson Valdez at the front, gorgeously caught. There's the spinning maul. Wilson Valdez breaks away, isn't able to get across the line. T-Birds have a gorgeous ruck formed, still not across the line. And there's the penalty, not releasing. I think Wilson Valdez just didn't get low enough. And there's the quick tap and go. Bays coming down the near side, intercepted by the Birds. Have they got ruck support? They have. T-Birds ball in close, big number 7, stretching across. Try has been awarded and given. I think that was Elijah McQueen.
I think that was too. Yeah, just a bit of messy play there. James Bay got the turnover and then looked to go quick, and Dimitri Patterson wasn't asleep. He got the intercept, tripped a little, and then one T-Bird to the other, and we score in the corner.
Some very fortunistic tries today, taking advantage of any opportunity presented. Your brother first, and then this one. So T-Birds have got to be happy. They've got momentum again. 33-5 is the current score. Just over 15 minutes to go. Just looking across at the bench and seeing if anybody's getting ready to come out. Interestingly, I see number 26. Our roster sheet only goes to 23, by the way, Dakota, so we have no idea who 26 is.
I think 26 might be Max Bertley.
Max with the light scrum cap on. I see number 24 looks to be getting ready.
That would be Max McGavern.
There's Max. Max is on my list as number 23. Oh, well.
Coaches never like to play by the rules with the roster sheets.
Absolutely. Convert coming from the near side.
He's made 2 of these in the first half. Let's see if he can make it 3 for 3 from here.
Right-footed angle. Has he pulled it around? It looks good. No, just off the just off the post or off the far side. Surprised some T-Birds players didn't get in at that break, but we'll just see what Coach Bance has in mind. Bays with a restart from center. Much better kick this time.
Here's Alistair Marshall. Just
going backwards.
To take it in.
Yeah, but nicely forwards. Driven to deck. Clean ruck ball. Ooh, intercepted by the Bays. Ill-advised pass from the Birds. Now the Bays have it. That's Vi taking it up. Hard driving run.
Offload
9 out to Neuheisen. There's the corner cross kick to Deshaun, who knocks it forward, unable to catch it cleanly. Deshaun was looking to cut inside. There was a bit of a cover kick pass, and we have an injured player down on the far side. I'm just watching the replay. See if I can catch who it was. Ooh, head-on-head conduct. Yeah. Deshaun was coming through on the ball, and inadvertently his shoulder clipped.
Yeah, I think that was just a bit unlucky there. Both players got their heads down looking for the ball and just wind up finding each other.
Multiple trainers quickly onto the field. And obviously player safety is a precedent and the pressing priority right now. So we've got stoppage in play. Certainly more action in the last 10-15 minutes than we've seen back and forth.
Yeah, I think James Bay probably feels like they got to try to get a couple more points on the board at the moment. But yeah, we see here Saul Jakes going off, Charlie Clark coming in for him.
Just as the heavens open up, and we're fortunately undercover, but it is definitely raining hard on the far side of the field, and I think it's coming towards us. So very slick, wet, cold conditions out there now.
Yeah, it looks like UBC doesn't want to mess around and try to play in their end right now, so they've just slotted Talon right behind the ruck, probably looking for a bit of an exit kick here. Yeah,
the last shove from the Bays was a big one, so the Birds are going to have to buckle down and make sure they're dug in for a good push in the scrum. There's the ball coming in now. That's a good stable hold. A little bit of a push from the Birds. Talon, I think that was partially blocked on the kick. No, not the best of kicks, but another 10-meter distance. Bay's line out on the far side of the field. It's going to be a tricky line out with the amount of rain coming down right now. And they're going quickly. They're not messing around. Looks to be going towards the back of the line out. Right at the very back. Nicely done. Gorgeous straight throw. Full offensive backline coming in from the Bays. Loop around for Neuheisen, who's going to cover kick. Doesn't land. It's going to be a kick and chase. And the knock forward indicated from Nate right down in front of us. So that didn't come off the way the Bays had planned. They're frustrated for many of their phases of play for today. Clock continuing to tick over, approaching 10 minutes left in the game, and here come some subs for the Thunderbirds.
We got Max McGavern coming on for Nico Adrianos. We got Max Burtley coming in for Ramu Wilson-Valdez.
Come on, Burtley!
Big cheer from the audience for Burtley coming in. There he is. And the T-Birds give up a little bit of height, but Burtley moves to the near side flanker.
Yeah, in past years, Burtley's played a bit of center for us on our twos team, but he's found a lot of success playing flank for us up top, and he's just gotten rewarded for it.
And who's moved into the 8 position for the Birds there?
That would be Liam Kinghorn, probably his preferred position.
Liam getting stuck in. Good shove from the Birds coming through now. Bays get it out into the centers. Awkward, slippy. It's the worst part of the field. That's their number 12. A nice tackle from the Birds. Bays are trying to find some structure, moving it out. Good footing, and there's Deshaun Bowen on the far side. Cuts inside. He's got some support with him now. Birds have organized and tackled him into touch. Nicely done down the far side. That's going to be a Birds line-out ball. Couple more subs looking to come in for the Birds. Just see if that happens now or if we're going to wait for the next. You can see number 17. I think that's Jacob Blackwood.
That's Jacob Blackwood and James Noftel looking like they're about to come into the game. Give our front row a little bit of a break here.
There we go. Noftel will be wearing 18 and Blackwood's in 17. So a good day of work from Cone and Peyton in the front row for the Birds. Just see as the sun's poking through now. It's been that type of a day. Bit of rain, bit of sun. Big number 20 up for the Birds. Don't think that's Ethan Lee in number 20.
Here's Talon with a clearance kick.
Ooh.
Blocked.
Yep. I think that was 17, Wyatt Pills. Eventually the ball makes its way to center. Bays have picked it up. Little corner kick. Beauchamp comes across, and the ball just squirts out. It's inside the 22. Was it kicked from behind the 50-meter line? No, it wasn't.
Yeah, UBC just struggling to exit their own end here. I think we've been stuck here for about 10 minutes.
Yeah. And there's the subs coming on for the front row. Looks like all three. And we're playing on, which is just fine, as long as we only end up with 15 birds on the field. So let's see what's happening.
Yeah, I think we probably have about 17 or 18 birds on the field at the moment.
I see 1 and 3 going off on the far side.
We've also subbed out Stephen Webb. We have Caleb Siamanutafa in at 9 right now.
Caleb's sister had a fantastic career with the women's program out here. Oh, knocked forward, but Bays have it down the back line. Neuheisen into the centers.
Mostyn Finley with a hard carry there. Still driving his legs.
Veteran experience. Mostyn's been around for a few years. Bays hard up through the gain line as well. T-Birds trying to counter ruck, but they're not getting it. There's the advantage being played. They were off their feet. They're up quickly in defense, but here comes the penalty call. Off their feet, tap and go from the Bays. They're not wasting any time.
Nice little tip pass there to Cody back inside.
Another inside pass. Bays still have the ball. It's 40 meters gained in a matter of seconds. Into their backs. Birds have reorganized. Let's see what they can do in defense.
Oh, unlucky. Just when the Bays were starting to make a bit of progress there, just an unlucky drop ball.
So that knock-on's going to lead to a scrum for the Birds, but a loud honk on the whistle from the referee, and he's going to want to talk to the captains right now, or the two individuals who were having a bit of a discussion. I think who's talking to captains. Biss wouldn't be up against anybody 6 inches taller than him, so it's a little bit of, okay, boys, there's only 5 minutes left to go in the game. Let's quiet it down. Let's play smart rugby. Be friends. We're all going to have some social time after this. Go back and tell your teams. Now that that's done, we can get back to playing some rugby. Scrum down. Just on the far side of midfield, just outside the 22. Brand new front row, so both front rows are going to have to get sorted out here. T-Birds, nice fresh clean jerseys. Max McGovern at 23, you see putting the ball in. Nope, sorry.
That would be Caleb Siamanutafa.
There you go, Caleb putting the ball in.
Usually a 10 or 12, but we've had some injury troubles, and Caleb's been more than happy to step in at 9 and let Stephen Webb get some much-needed rest.
There we go. Biss is still at 10. Caleb's around the back. And we've blown the whistle to...
I think he rolled it straight through. I think he might need to get a couple more reps in practice.
Wow.
I think somebody needs to tell him he needs to angle it backwards a little.
That was the fastest in and out any of us have seen. We'll look for the replay on the rugbynetwork.com after today's game. So here we go. Let's see if Caleb can slow it down a little bit. Obviously the juices are flowing. Big push from the Bays. Birds have held on. Caleb's got the ball in hand. He's quickly tackled. Does a nice job of protecting the ball. Biss steps in, punches it out to McMullen, who draws the defender and finds the wide support runner.
Good exit kick there by Max McGavern.
Still well behind their 22, and we're out to the 10-meter line. So lots of breathing room for the Birds now. Bay's going to have to regroup and regather and try to see if they can get a platform set.
Yeah, I think Talon there was looking to make that exit kick, but he saw some space to try to let Max have a little run there, and Max just with a left-footed exit.
Just under 6 minutes to go in the game. Stolen line-out ball. T-Birds have got it. Quickly out into the backs.
And here's James Noftel.
Big run from James right away. Stolen by the Bays. And then it spills forward again. Straight into the hands of the Birds. McGavern with a nice little run. Driving ruck support. Doesn't get there in time.
James Bay has been fantastic over the ball today. Lots of turnover penalties there.
Yeah, and here they come up the middle of the field. Through the muck and mud. Now they're going to turn it and go back to the left-hand side. Good pace on the support run. It's gone to deck again, and that's actually knocked on. End of a long day, wet, cold day, mucky, muddy field. We're going to see some of these knock-ons as we have the last few minutes of play.
Yeah, I would love to just see UBC kind of get out of their end, try to close this game off a little more aggressively, but just kind of getting stuck in their end at the moment.
Yeah, referee's just blown up the whistle, and time back in. Everybody seems to be healthy and ready to go. So just again, a quick shout out to our sponsors here for the UBC Thunderbirds: the Venetian Blind Service Center, JQ Mechanical, Langara Fishing Adventures, Carson Automotive Group, Hub International, and Olympic Industries. As always, shout out to the Athletics and Rec Department at UBC for help making all of this happen. There's the putter from Caleb. He's got the ball at the back. Low, hard driving kick.
And here's Deshaun Bowen looking for a quick counterattack.
Yeah, great tackle, and the ball spills forward straight into the T-Bird's hands. Not sure who had that tackle, but that was a good one. Now ball squirts through. We're going to go back for the knock-on. Just see if maybe the replay catches that. Just look down the far side. Deshaun's coming up hard. Great run, great pace.
Oh, and it looks like it was a double tackle, potentially Max McGavern and Talon there.
Yeah, nicely done. Low and driving with the shoulder. The ball spills forward. It's a good feeling. Scrum down, far side of the field. Caleb's got the ball in hand. T-Birds hoping for a bit of an offensive opportunity. That scrum's near enough to the far sideline that they've got everybody on their back line over to the near side here. And lots of running space.
James Bay set up pretty narrowly, so hopefully UBC look to go wide here.
Yeah, Biss is tackled hard. T-Birds still have the ball. Good drive. And, ooh. Well, unsighted, the referee wasn't able to see it, but Cody got away with, I think it was Cody, on the deck using his hands. And there's the tackle from Biss on Cody. Birds finally getting the bays to deck. There's the reverse pass. Yeah, a little reverse pass. Doesn't go very far. And, in fact, the Birds have stolen the ball.
Looks like it'll be a UBC scrum here. Yeah, not the cleanest game at the moment, but I think Nat Height is still doing a great job keeping everything in control. He's going to miss some calls. The ARs are going to miss some calls, but that's just how it goes. You just got to keep playing.
Absolutely. It's one of the nice things about rugby, even the international matches I was watching this morning, how many times players were apologizing to the referees and referees were saying thank you to the players. Integral part of the game that we love so much. Nice drive from the Birds on this scrum. Taleb's got the ball coming down the near side. There's Biss.
Here's Dimitri Patterson.
Can he go around the outside? He's got the distance. He's got the speed. He's going to burn Mitchell Harmon. He does, and he gets there to ground the ball.
Well done.
May have turned a knee or an ankle. May just be slow getting up. It's been a long, cold day. Great run down the near side. Here comes the replay. Steps through that. Just a little bit of hesitation. And stretches with a hand right there to get the ball down. Nate Height right behind. Great way to end the game for the Birds. Talon's going to milk the clock for all it's worth here to see if this can be the last kick. We have had a couple of stoppages for an injury and some subs, so I would expect us to get a kickoff in, but scoreboard currently reading 38-5 for the Thunderbirds. Bay's looking to finish with a bit of strong play right at the end of this. Talon was in roughly the same spot about 10 minutes ago for a kick, so let's see if he repeats this and gets it to slide through. And I think he's pulled it around. He has not the distance, though. So it was on line, falling a few meters short. Bays straight back out to center as we get a bit of blue sky coming out over the field. So we're going to finish this game with kickoff from the Bays as the clock approaches 80. Kick doesn't go 10 meters. So it's going to be a free kick at center or a scrum or a re-kick. And we're going to go scrum at center for the Birds. Kinghorn looking for a quick throw-in, not going to be allowed.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see if UBC want to try to go for one more or if they'll just take the scrum and kick it out and end the game.
If a veteran gets his hand on the ball, it could be kicked into touch. One of the kids gets it. He's off and running. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Kinghorn desperate for a quick pick and go at number 8. He'd love to have a ramble. Biss has probably said, no, you're going to pass it to me. I'm going to pass it to McMullen. If he likes it, he's going to grub her through and the game's over and we'll get into the clubhouse. Here we go. Let's see what happens. There's the feed. Good drive from the Birds. Pick and go from Kinghorn, and he kicks it out. Wow. That was a combination of veteran moves.
Yeah.
So your thoughts on the game today?
Yeah, I thought all things considered a little wet. Lots of drop balls, but I think both sides really came out firing. I think UBC were just able to capitalize a bit more on their set piece. But compliments to James Bay. Their defense today was phenomenal. Lots of big shots from them. And, yeah, they really made UBC's day not very easy.
No, not very easy at all. There was some big pressure in the scrums and some good defensive tackling as well. I think the T-Birds forwards get the man of the match today. I think it was 100%. Some great line-out jumping, some great line-out throwing, and then some intelligent play. Your brother's quick tap and go, some interceptions and stuff like that. So entertaining rugby from the Gerald McGavin Rugby Pavilion out here at UBC. Thank you for joining us today, folks, on therugbynetwork.com. We'll look forward to having you back for more action. The Birds are on the road next week, so you won't be hearing from us, but I'm sure you can rejoin therugbynetwork.com to grab more action. Final score from the Gerald McGavin Rugby Pavilion, your UBC Thunderbirds 38, the James Bay Athletic Association 5. Thank you for joining us today, folks. Have a great afternoon.